nursing care to the family. Next is to prioritize three main problems of the family. Then we're going to formulate the nursing care plans out of three main topics that were identified. Next is to identify the appropriate nursing interventions needed to meet the goal and prioritize and specifies family nursing care plan. And then lastly, we're going to elaborate the nursing implications of the family case study to nursing education, nursing practice, and nursing research. Next is the national database.
Okay, for the initial database, family X is a patriarchal family with A as the dominant family member. So A is the father and L is... Yes,
hold on. I will ask questions first.
Sige po.
Okay, let's go back to the introduction. Identify interventions. Okay. The references that you have mentioned in here are already old. Yeah, it should be at least the latest in here. You were trying to give us in here definition of what a family is according to Duval, no? That's 1971. That's quite old, no? You have to look for a new reference now. It's not always be your reference that we're using in school. Okay, so made up of two or more family members. I would like to ask, why did you mention in here a lot of issues like infectious diseases, diarrhea, can spiral out of control from in many urban setting? Why? What was the case of the client? If I am going to read your introduction, it seems like your client has so much problem. So I am expecting to see all of these things in here. Kasi naka-mention siya eh. Ano ba talaga ang issue ng pasyente niyo? What is this case all about? Simply saying, what is this case all about? Can you simplify it? Sino yung nauna gaya nagsalita?
Ako po, ma'am.
Advincula, no?
Yes po.
Can you simplify your introduction? How can you how are you going to introduce it to us, the case of your client? Simply saying, this is a case of what? What makes it interesting? Why do we have to talk about this family?
Their health-related problems po of not wearing face mask, overdue pregnancy, and the hypertension po.
So what about it? Why are you so focused on the health? How are you going to convince me that is something that we need to look into? Where in fact nowadays, just very recently, there's already an approval from the president that if you're outdoor, you can. There's no need for you to wear mask. You can choose whether to wear or not to wear mask. So what makes it so significant? Well, in fact, there's already a law or a memorandum that is presented by the president of the country. Not wearing mask is already acceptable if you're outdoor.
In terms of the COVID po, the COVID is still prevalent and buntis po si mama. And then ang ilang vaccine percentage po is 58% and nasa live bad effects po sa health nila.
Okay, but I did not see that here. I didn't see it in your you didn't even mention that this community that said has a very low turnout of vaccine, but your client is vaccinated, I presume. So why is the introduction so focused on that? What is the real focus of your study here? Who is the real focus? Who's your focus here?
pregnant woman po, ma'am.
Okay. So what about the pregnant woman? Can you tell me more about the pregnant woman? Why do you think this woman is interesting to study? Aside from the fact this is the only this is the client that was given to you, but I guess you have to make it more interesting because we did not have the chance to choose our own client, whether to choose one from the other choices because we were not given any other choices there. We were given directly, so this will be your patient. Now the thing is, how are we going to make it something, this case, something more interesting for us to know about this client? Gawin mo siyang, kumbaga, it's like a food. You make it, you present it to the public that will make it very appealing. No, parang matakam-takam sila magtingin doon. Ganda ng ang pagkain mo, parang masarap pa siya. So, ano meron doon? In your case?
Interesting po yung ng patient dahil may high risk po ang patient and nasa history of overdue and miscarriage po.
So what about it? Can you tell me more about to make it more interesting? And because it's you mentioned the very first what you call this paragraph that you presented is about a family that you have defined what the family is, and you even mentioned here the family is made up of 2 or more members from the same groups who have lived together. So that means to say, I know because I already have a background about your family. I know that this family is composed of 2 members. Okay. So what about it? Anything else that you would like to hear about your client? If that is a case of the client is a case of history of overdue delivery, okay, leading to what, and then what a history of miscarriage also. So what makes it so special about it? Can you give us an incidence of these cases? Incidence of these cases. Anong binigyan niyo ng incidence dito? Sa hypertension man yata. Kaya the client is not even hypertensive. Diba? Your client is not even hypertensive. Did you check the vital signs? I think the client is not even hypertensive. You have in here, you have a census on statistical report on globally about hypertension, but the client is not even hypertensive.
We get to formulate interventions po that can help the client, and then we identify the preventive measures po.
But the case is not hypertension. They may be as part of your that is as part later of your manuscript, things that you can help the patient in order to prevent occurrence of hypertension. But the thing is, he doesn't even have a history of hypertension, even in the past pregnancies, isn't it?
Ano po, yung results sa biostix po na may trace po na may possibility na sa urine nag-base, warning sign lang po, based sa urine test.
Based sa urine test? Remember altered ba ang result nyo kahapon? Kaya-unsa to nyo pag-perform. Gulit-gulitan ba ito ninyo yung kuhan strip gahapon? Okay? Sige. Can you tell me a statistical report about, can you give us a statistical report about the case of your client? What is definitely the case of your client in here? How would you define the client? Automatic ba tayo, hypertensive, PIH kagad siya? Ano ba siya? Ano ba talaga ang case ng client mo?
Ano po? May history po siya sa overdue pregnancy, sa iyang home and wala siya mas na wala nagamas ang live-in partner niya po. And then may risk siya
Teka,
for
sandali.
miscarriage.
Teka, sandali. The live-in partner is not wearing mask, but she is wearing mask.
Yes po. Pero at some point,
But so who is the focus here? The husband or the mother?
the mother.
Okay. What about the mother?
And health risk po siya, ma'am, kasi kaduhan na siya na namatyan po, ma'am.
So what about it? Can you
Miscarriage po.
expound on that one? The one that you're telling me, just right now. Can you expound on that? I guess that's something that's something that's very interesting to hear. Yang kanyang ano, yung sinasabi mong may history siyang ganito. So what about it? Can you expound more on that? Is it something to look into? With that previous history of having an overdue pregnancy or overdue delivery, and then we also have this history of miscarriage that's followed, and how would it probably lead to similar problem, if not exactly the same problem with the current pregnancy? Meron ba tayo, may relationship ba siya? Meron ba tayong dapat titingnan doon, or it's a thing of the past that we just forgo about it, or is it something that kailangan nating balikan? Why? So we have to why do we have to think about it again, and we have to recall all those past experiences that the client had in the previous pregnancies? Why? Does it have an impact on the current pregnancy? Will it possibly happen to the same pregnancy? And what statistical report would prove that having a history of this one would lead to the same possible problem in the current pregnancy? Do you have any reports about it? Kasi ang gusto ko makita doon, ano yung dating na nasa kanya, hindi yung wala pa at hahanapin nyo. Gusto nyo, parang gusto nyo ibigay sa kanya, ito lagi ma'am, imong problema. That's not it. It should be, ano yung naging meron sa kanya, at ano ang posibleng dahil anong nangyayari sa kanya ngayon. Let's look into the relationships. It may not be probably it's a different story now, but the thing is the client do have a history of this one. So probably what actually interests you in this client? Kayo, ano nakita sa pasyente that makes it very interesting? Is it the mask is it about the husbands not wearing mask? I don't think so.
The overdue pregnancy po and the miscarriage po.
So what about it? So that's what I wanted to hear. Expound on those. Will that put the client's current pregnancy at risk? Because he already had that history.
Sa miscarriage po is napunitan siya, ma'am, tungod kay sa kanaog po, and then the overdue po kay lack of knowledge po siya nga kanadi na po nahunagya na siya mga anak po.
Okay, so you were telling me nag-miscarriage because sige siya sa kapanaog. So what? Will it have the same impact, or will it have an impact on the current pregnancy? That's the reason you have presented that's the cause of the miscarriage. Okay? So why we go back on that miscarriage kung dahil sa kapanaog? Meron bang dapat i-worry ngayon?
Sa overdue pregnancy po, ma'am, namagod siya history, and mo ginatry na ma-prevent to karon, ma'am.
Okay, so you're not worried anymore about the miscarriage. What I wanted to hear in here is, how do you relate the history? this is a gravida 4 case.
Worried gyapon mi ma'am nga ma-miscarriage siya kay sige siya sa kanaog ma'am and then ilap
Hello? Saan mo ito kastorya?
and then sa miscarriage ma'am kay reason kay wa daw siya kabulo na buntis po siya ma'am.
So that's based on the history. So how are you going to present that one? This is my client. This is the case of my client. How do you present it as an introduction?
Since lack of knowledge po ma'am, among ginatry na Tagalog health teaching po ma'am na
That's the
prevent
action.
it po.
I'm just asking about the introduction. How are you going to introduce it to the people reading the manuscript? That this is what we are going to talk about in this manuscript. Yun lang.
Sa miscarriage po ma'am, since silang lang duha sa iyang bana po ma'am, sige siya sa kanaog and ang sa overdue po kay need siya og monthly check-up po.
How are you going to present that in the introduction? I'm asking about the introduction in here. How are you going to present that as part of the introduction only? Just an introduction. Just introduce this to us. This is my client. This client is blah, 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 and so on. What about it? That's something that we want to hear from you as part of the introduction, because you have mentioned so much in the introduction. Parang nawala ka sa focus. Focus ka sa community mo. Your focus should be the case of your client, because it's a family case study. We're talking about the family. We're not talking about the environment. The environment will have an effect on the family, but we're talking about the family per se. Just a brief introduction about it. So that if I am the one holding your manuscript, or anybody who's holding the manuscript would say, oh, I'm going to read this. Parang ganun yung dating ba? How are you going to present that one as an introduction? We are just talking about introduction here.
Miscarriage po is a spontaneous loss of a pregnancy before the 12th week and in the 20th week and the overdue po is if you labor doesn't start by the time you're 41 weeks pregnant, and since the patient lacks knowledge on the month na kano sa siya manganak.
Did you, okay? Would you like to give us statistical report on it? On those cases that you've mentioned, which was actually experienced by your client? And that's the reason why you wanted to focus on this client, because your goal is to save the current pregnancy. Okay? considering that she lost 2 previous babies.
Under the the miscarriage po, it estimates as high as 31% to 50, including individuals who miscarry before knowing they are pregnant po.
How many percent? What's your reference?
31 to 50 po.
31 to 50%. What's the reference? Where did you get that figure?
The DOH po.
DOH. So
DOH
that is national, domestic yan siya? Is it domestic or global?
Domestic po.
Okay. In what year? Is it the latest?
Yes po, ma'am.
What year?
2020 po.
2020. How about the So that is for the miscarriage. Okay. How about the local report?
And then sa overdue po, ma'am, about 60% of women will give birth on or before their due date. Only about 1 in 10 babies is officially overdue or born beyond 42 weeks of pregnancy. Though based on these statistics, you may be wondering,
The statistics what?
yun na po, ma'am.
Ano yan siya? Saan yung reference mo? I was wondering why here at the this is second to the last. This is the last paragraph for the introduction. This is the last paragraph. Okay. Why did you include, though tiring as it is, reaching out to this family and mingling with them makes the student nurse feel a sense of fulfillment as they share their knowledge, skills, and time to aid in uplifting the conditions of, para kasing sa simula pa lang nagreklamo na kayo sa introduction pa lang. Though tiring as it is, why did you include? Para bang sa simula pa lang reklamo na kayo, kung magbasa nito, kapoy mo din yun, di lang kung magbasa ani. Sabi trabaho ani, kapoy mo din ni. Okay, you remove this though tiring as it is reaching into this family. I think this is not part of the introduction, because the introduction will just simply give what is this case all about, tell us about about the community that they're in, and then the case of the client, and then you have the statistical report, and then what makes it interesting to studies. Ganun naman ang mga laman ng ating introduction, pero wag mo na dagdagan ng ano. Okay? So, yung tiring as it is, probably you can put that as part of the implication. No? Pwede siyang ipasok dun sa ano. Simula pa lang kasi nagreklamo ka sa simula pa lang, ha? Huwag kayong magreklamo sa simula pa lang. Introduction pa lang dapat doon para tapusin nila basa yung manuscript nyo. Okay? Elaborate the nursing implication. Okay, elaborate. Identify appropriate nursing intervention needed to meet the goal in prior. Okay, so who's going to present the IDB?
Ko po, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so sa initial database, family X is a patriarchal family with A as the dominant family member. So A here is the father and L is the mother. So the couple are live-in partners and have been residing in Piapi Boulevard, Davao City for 6 months. A, the head of the family, is 33 years old, finished grade 1, and is employed as a tricycle driver in the area. L, the wife, is 31 years old, finished 3rd year in high school, and is a full-time housewife. So, next slide, please. The family's net monthly income is 9,000 pesos coming from A's job, which is the tricycle driver. L is in charge of the family budget, the prioritizing of food, water, electricity, and clothes. Most of the budget goes to the family's nutritional needs. L stated that she doesn't know how to cook, so they just bought canned foods or ready-to-cook foods from stores in the neighborhood. She also said that she can clean the house regularly since most of their time is just staying inside their house. During the interview, the students observed that some flies were hovering, rats running, and cockroaches crawling in the wall. The source of their drinking water is the refilling station. They have concrete drainage, and they have their own toilet when they need to defecate. The house is about 810 cm times 459 cm. There are 4 windows providing for ventilation, and lighting is poor. It has 2 bedrooms where they sleep together, and then in the neighborhood, the houses are close together. Next slide po. And so this is their vital signs. L weighs 67.2, while the height is 5. That shows that the BMI is 28.8, which shows that she is overweight. And the partner is 65.1 kilograms and has a height of 5'4" and has a BMI of 24.6, which is normal po. Next slide po. And more to ma'am for IDB po.
Ha? Yun lang?
Yes po.
Other informations, wala.
Ay, yung ano.
Assessment lang.
Asa rin, wala na lain sulod, ana. How old are they?
Ano
Ganit?
po, 33 and 31 years old po.
This is the patriarchal norm, no?
Yes po.
How do they come up with decision making?
Decision making po, ano po.
Oh,
They don't have a hard time in terms of decision making because they because each of them tend to consider each other's opinions first before coming up with the final decision, especially regarding health matters po.
How is the relationship with the family? With the community?
Your relationship with the community po.
Do they own the house?
The ano po, A po, the father is owns the house po.
Who, the husband?
Yes po.
Ano yung family house nila?
Yes po.
So, they don't pay rental?
No po.
Sa taas na lagi sila. Kayo na yung sa baba.
Lahi na to siya nga balay ata, ma'am.
Lahi na bahay.
Sa-
So, how come he owns the house?
Sa taas ilang house, ma'am, dito na jud daw siya na ano, na dito na jud daw siya ga, yung pinsan dito sa baba, ma'am.
So, who pays? That they don't pay any more rentals?
No po, ma'am. Gihati daw to nila, ma'am, ang balay. Siya sa taas niya, yung pinsan po daw sa baba.
So, saan ang galing yung bahay?
Sa family po, ma'am. Sa parents po.
Parents, o bakit
Sa-
may pinsan sa baba? Kung parents, bakit pinsan nakatira sa baba? Sige, hati nila. Bakit kasali si pinsan?
Ay, grandparents po din nila, ma'am.
Ha?
Ilang grandparents po din, ma'am.
Okay, so you should have given us a background of that. Saan galing? Bakit sila may
Okay.
bahay? So, paano yun?
Okay po, ma'am.
Religious affiliation, ethnic background. Ano sila?
Ano po, Catholic po sila, ma'am. Wala din nabutang ang table diri, ma'am.
Hmm?
Naami ano anak, ma'am, pero wala din siya nabutang sa ano po. Wala sila tribe, pero na sila ano. They're both Catholic po, and the wife, ato daw na siya og church, ma'am.
Okay, you have mentioned a while ago that the client is what do you call this? 6 months? Ano yung 6 months?
Ano daw, ma'am?
Ano yung
Yung ano,
history nila? I don't understand bakit 6 months lang tapos yung
Ano
isa
po,
naman ano nangyari? Ano yun?
nag-live daw ang kuan, ma'am, si L, ma'am. Kuan pa daw siya, ma'am. 6 months pa daw siya dito kay nagbalihin daw siya dito, ma'am. Kay ano daw kanang before daw siya na kuan burros kay dito na daw siya nag-start, ma'am. Kay since 4 months pa siya, ma'am, mga estimated daw to niya na months na dito, ma'am, kay 6 months po. Before pa daw siya na pregnant, ma'am, kay dito na daw siya nag-resign.
Okay. So, but you were mentioning that there is a cause, the client has a history of miscarriage, which happened on the 3rd pregnancy. And during that time, ngayon 4 months, I think the client, based on what I heard yesterday, hindi pa tayo umabot sa part na yon. Pero bakit siya may miscarriage and then doon siya nahulog nandun sa akyat baba sa bahay,
Ano?
ito 6 months pa lang siya. Paano nangyari yun?
Ano, ma'am, sa miscarriage po kay March this year naman to siya nakaan sa yung miscarriage pa sa saka na po, ma'am. Sa March 16, recently, this year, ito siya na, ma'am, na miscarriage po.
Okay. The younger ang So, kailan siya nag-move? So, when did they plan to have a family? Kailan sila nag-start ng family na yon? Who is, iba may yung, who is the, yung kanyang ngayon na, is it the same father for the 3rd and the 4th pregnancy?
Ang first na anak, ma'am, niya yung anak dili na dito siya sa to ano yun? sa basta dili siya ga live siya sa sa father katong first na anak nila with lahi ito siya nga partner. And then sa katong sa Toril dito siya ga live ma'am kato yang anak nga first with with the last na partner ni ma'am. And then sa second pod ma'am kay
So kailan siya nag-move? Kasi ano mo siya ba?
Nag-move siya ma'am kay kuan jud makato mga I think mga siguro mga February or April March, April. Since March man siya na sa to na miscarriage sa dito na house. Mga estimated yung mga ang 6 months niya ma'am kay nag-ask ko pero wala siya kabulos
Yeah.
na estimate na
Lagi
lang daw
kung
ni.
mo tanawon, so ibig sabihin,
So basin 8 months siguro.
if she move, kasi kung bibilangin mo, 4 months siya ngayon eh. Tapos, kailan siya nakunan? 6 months total nun. Ayaw kung napagkakuhaan na buntis siya dayon sa next. It's a total of 6.
So estimated rin na siya ma'am per mga 8 na lang, mga 8 siguro 8 months before siya na dito man siya na miscarriage.
You did not ask. When did she move in?
Ay, nag-ask ni ma'am, pero wala siya kahinumdum. So nag-estimate lang anak ko lang. Ma'am dugay nakadiri ma'am na siya bag-o lang ko ma'am mga before siya na buros yung anak karon ma'am. Na anak siya nga mga 6 months daw.
So when did they start living together?
If estimated siya ma'am, sa base kay ma'am, 6 months. Pero, I think nag-live na jud sila before pa 6 months, mga 8 months siguro, for 6 months jud to yung giingon.
Nalibog ka no, kaya wala mo nang utana. Maunay kuan, hindi kayo nag-elaborate more on that. Because
Yes,
you have
po,
to
ma'am.
identify how long is the client living in that community. Okay?
Yes pa ma'am.
How about housing? Ano nila?
Housing.
Ano ang kanilang sleeping arrangement? Have you seen vectors there? Have you seen hazard mga how is the household? How you described it? Water supply, toilet facility, garbage disposal dire. Bakit wala dito naka-mention?
Ay, okay. Sa ma'am, sa house nila ma'am kay di man mi makasulod so nag-observe mi sa gawas and there fall hazard po yung stairs kay
Yeah,
danlog.
that's why it has to be indicated there. Wala
yes
dito
po, okay po, ma'am.
ninyo. You have to describe kasi because if we don't have this initial database, how can you identify the problem?
Ay, sige po ma'am.
Wala tayong data, wala tayong information, kaya nga siya initial database because we need all of those information so that we can identify anong problema ng family natin so that we can come up with prioritization later on. Based on the data given, yun ang kailangan natin. Pero hindi ko nakita dito. You have a very short initial database. Wala siyang laman. How are the significant others? Are there other people there?
Wala po ma'am.
The family life? Wala? Walang pupunta sa kanila? Wala lahat? Walang pakialam? Wala talaga?
Wala daw gaadto dito share jud daw isa sa ma'am.
The relationship to other family in the community, how are they? How do they relate with other people within the like people from living downstairs and the neighborhood? Ano meron sa kanila?
Based sa ako na observe gapon ma'am kay I think they're in a good relationship with sa neighbor ma'am kay ito siya nagtawag-tawag na lovely na namakuan. So I think good ilang relationship adto ma'am.
Parang wala akong nakitang content ng so hindi ko alam kung ano identify
Yes
na
po,
problem
apo.
mamaya. Wala gyud siya unod, no? Taka ako bakit yun lang tapos na yun lang?
Mag-add na ma'am.
O health status
wala
of
din
each
siya.
family member. You did not even have, do you have OB history in here?
OB.
You don't have the OB history. You don't even have the OB history. OB history niya. Gabi dawan, kapila siya. That's part of the ang history niya. Saan natin makikita dito saan natin makikita dito si nabuntis siya dati, nakunan siya dati. Wala siya dito. We need to see all of those information. Sayang na lang pag-claim natin na may history siya ng ganito, ganyan. Tapos wala pala dito sa info natin.
Nakakuha mi ma'am, pero wala po di siya na ano,
Kaya hindi ko
nabutang.
sinali.
Yes po, apo.
Itong net income of 9,000 coming from job, is it enough for them?
No, ano po.
Oh, they have the practice in it. They just bought canned goods and ready to cook foods from the source and neighborhood. They also said that she can even clean the house regularly since most of the time she is staying inside. During the interview, sir, there's some flies.
Sa ilaha ma'am kay
Okay,
enough
the
sa
source of
ilaha
the
din.
income is the refilling station of water. Drinking water is
Yes
the refilling
po.
station. They have concrete drainage. Okay, anong meron sa drainage? Can you describe? They have their own toilet where they the house is about anong klase ang toilet nila?
Ano ma'am, yung tabo lang dito ma'am, and
So how do you call that? Description ninyo ng mga ano? Is the house made of wood? Is the house made of
concrete po.
a concrete? Walang description. Ano yung description ng bahay nila? You should have included in here. The house is 20 square meters in floor area. There are about 4 windows, 1 ventilation, and lighting is poor. What made you say it's poor? What made you say it has 2 bedrooms where they sleep together? 2 bedrooms,
Yes po ma'am.
pero they sleep together?
Mga yung giingon ma'am na sila duha ka ano, pero sleep lang sila together.
Parang magulong statement, no? They have 2 bedrooms where they sleep together. So,
Ay.
ano ba yan? Ha? Parang, kung itindihin mo siya ba, unsa ba?
It has 2 bedrooms.
What are the
Ay,
health
ano din?
practices nila? What are the health practices? What is the usual time? Waking up time, sleeping time nila, exercise, what are the usual activities, of daily activities? What are the lifestyles nila? You said, like you mentioned in here, how often do they eat canned goods? Anong type ng drainage system? Is it an open? Is it closed drainage? Is it ano? Ano meron sa kanila? Ano ang merong what are the facilities available there?
May health center po sila ma'am niya ang drainage system po kay kuan ang drainage mo dito ma'am kay may parts nga closed yan apoy open murag ano bitaw.
So i-describe nyo yun.
Yes po ma'am. Yes,
About sa ano nila. So ito ano nila. You mentioned that the husband is a tricycle driver.
Yes po ma'am.
What time is the working hours of the husband? Is it regularly that the client receives 9,000? Is it
300 ay no.
Is it in range? Does he always get the 300 per day? Does he work straight does he work straight 30 days? That's if that's 300 per day times 30 days, that, or does he the other days we're in the client does that? And how does the 300 suffice their family? They don't cook. They just eat. Although they're just two. How do they prepare for the health? The client is currently pregnant. How do they get the budget for it? Medical history. Wala yung kanyang past significant illnesses, beliefs and practices. Wala siya, hindi po nasali.
Yes po ma'am.
PA. How about the vital signs of the client? Is it all normal? Did you check also the husband?
Yes po, normal po siya ma'am. Nasa there is at PowerPoint ma'am pero wala siya nabutang sa ano. Sa
Hindi, ang
manual.
importante, hindi yung PowerPoint na yung importante is the
Yes po ma'am
manuscript.
na.
Wala siyang laman. Physical assessment, weight of the client, ano mga immunization status of the family members, does he have immunization? Meron ba siya nun? What are
Yes,
the healthy lifestyle practices of the client? What are those? Ano ang form of exercise niya? Anong activities niya? Ayaw kung sa kakanaog lang siya sa balay, natulog lang siya
Ano,
dito,
ma'am?
higda, tindog higda, lingkod lang siya sa balay. Anong ginagawa niya?
Kan ma'am
Parang
ga
mabuang ko ng routine. So ano ba talaga usual na ginagawa niya?
Since na siya sa balay permi, ma'am, di man daw siya gasaka na og ang gabuhater daw niya, ma'am, kay galimpyo siya, like pasingot lang bitaw, dili pod lang ka ng strenuous bitaw kang mga ng mga household chores.
How much time is consumed for cleaning? How about the rest of the day? Ano activity niya?
Mag cellphone na daw siya, ma'am.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking all of those activities. Paano
Yes,
yung tulog nila? Ano yung room nila? May naka-screen ba o hindi? O meron ba malamok ba? O paano siya tutulog? May mga electric fan ba sila? Or ano? Ano ang kanilang ano doon? Wala, hindi ko nakita dito yung mga ano eh.
Yes po, ma'am. Na, kulang, wala na mo nabutang jud, ma'am. Pero na-mention niya, ma'am, sa appliances, nag-ask me.
Oh,
Wala sila yung TV, pero na sila yung mga radio, wala pa sila yung ref. So, ang storage sila pagkaon, kato plastic, dito nga, katong tabunan,
okay. How about the obstetrical history? Tell us more about the obstetrical history of your client.
sige po, ma'am. Ang GPA niya, ma'am, kay G4P1 o A0 po. Niya ang TPAL po niya, ma'am, kaya na siya overdue. Yeah, expected niya nga manganak siya, ma'am, kay February 19 next year, according sa ultrasound niya. And ano po, ma'am, dili siya wala pa siya nakapa-check up sa dentist, and yung vitamins nga na-take, ma'am, kay ferrous sulfate, and na siya, na bakunahan na siya sa tetanus, and kung na siya balak magpa-breastfeed, ma'am, instead na mapalit ang mga formula. And also nag-ask me kung si plano nila after na ma-deliver na tong baby, nag-ask me si plano nila mag-add pa ba sila og ana siya nga kung normal daw ang delivery sa baby, or normal daw ang normal ang baby, mag-add daw sila, na sila plans ng isa pa ka anak, ma'am, kung normal daw, pero kung dili daw normal, kay mag-think na ba sila family planning.
What do you mean hindi normal?
If may miscarriage po, or may if overdue, it's may siya history, anak, ma'am. So if may ma-happen na nagyapon, ma'am, kay dili na daw sila mag-add pa og anak. If healthy ang baby, daw sila, ma'am, na sila plans to make another child, pero if unhealthy po, delivery dili na daw po.
Okay, yung OB history, first delivery, first up to fourth. Di ba tiruan kanyang OB history ninyo? History ng kanyang Is she normal ba ang kanyang ang kanyang tawag yan, ang kanyang
delivery po? Yes, CS siya, ma'am.
Hindi, I mean, ang normal ba ang kanyang menstruation? Regular ba siya?
Yung first baby, ma'am, kaya healthy man yung first baby, man, 11 years old na po karon.
Okay.
Yeah, ang second baby, ma'am, kay CS siya, ma'am, and katong overdue. Yeah, yung third baby po
When
kay
was
Sam.
that? When was that? What year? Saan siya nanganak?
Sa ano po, ma'am, sa SPMC. Pero wala mi naka-ask sa date, ay sa year po. Sa SPMC daw siya, ma'am, ano po, nanganak.
Okay, tapos ano pa?
Ay, niya, ang ma'am, ato, March 16 po siya na miscarriage niya, yung fourth po, ma'am, kay ongoing po.
Okay, what's the GPA? Antipala
GPA po,
client. May report kayo niyan.
GPA po niya, ma'am, kay ano. Ang GPA po, ma'am, kay G4, P1, and A0 po.
G4,
G4, P1, and A0 po.
Tipal.
Tipal kay overdue.
Hold on ha.
Yes po. Ang tipal po, ma'am, kay ano, T1, P2, o A0 niya, L1 po.
Ano? T1?
Ang T1, P2, A0, and L1.
Sure?
Isa ka term niya. Duha ka premature.
Ano ganyan ang GPA mo?
GPA po, kay
For?
G4, GP, P1 and A0.
Sure? Kulang yung bilang mo ba?
4. Ay. Ano din, ma'am? 1, ay.
At nandiyan yan lahat sa initial database nyo, kumpleto ang report mo.
Yes po, ma'am. Ang GPA po, ma'am, kay G4,
Sumbong kita mo kay Kuan. Kay Milagrosa ka Brunei. Yung GPA ninyo, kabaluan na.
ano, ma'am, ang GPA po, ma'am, kay G4 niya, ano, P2 niya, A0.
Sigurado pa yan sa ano mo? Nagsasabi mo? Tugan kita mo kay Kaburunay ba? Sa iyong ano, maternity no, MCN no? Tugan kita mo. GPA tipal. Sus, mo gini dapat na din na info sa inyo kay buntis betong gipangita dire. Sa page ito, ITP 67.
Kuan, ma'am. G4, P1, o A2. Kay G4, kay upat na ano, nga,
GPA. So,
Opo.
G
4,
P-
P1, and A2 po.
sigurado ka dyan?
Isa man ang na-premature, ma'am, katong ano. Ay. Duha, A2 kay duha man ang namatay, P1 kay, no po, isa ang living karon.
Living? T? Parity? Family developmental task. Let me check. PCIs, do you have questions? Paningog mo diha.
Ano, ma'am? Yun, GPA nila, ma'am.
Ha?
Ay, wala kay questions, ma'am. Ang kuha lang, ma'am, is nakulangan dyan sa ano, ma'am, initial database.
So,
Meron ginagasalita na parang ano. Parang duwende. No? Kaya na pa yan ba? Ano siya na epekto na sa way tulog? Na magtingog lain? Family. Nahanap ko itong family developmental task. O, naunsa na? Bruso, naunsa naman kaya?
Kuan ma'am. Basta G4 na siya ma'am kay upat na ka pregnancies. Ya, ano, ang priority po niya ma'am kay one live birth. Ay, kuan ma'am. Ang G4 for pregnancies, ang priority P2 since sa gestational age po yung isa ma'am. Overdue siya pero naabot man yapon og 9 months. Ya, ang abortion ma'am kay two gihapon po ma'am.
Raro ka sa sagot mo.
Ay one.
Sa tinuod.
One day ma'am, one. So
So, sa GPA,
G4, P2, A1 po.
about the TPAL.
Tipal po ma'am kay ano. Kuan ma'am. Term birth po ma'am kay 4 niya ang premature kay ano po ma'am? T T2 1P P1 di ay P1 A1 L1 po ma'am.
Sigurado ka?
L1 A2. Yes ma'am.
Ha?
Ay,
Ilan total mo?
kuan ma'am. T2 P1 A1 L1 po.
T, that's 2.
T2 P1 A1 L1.
211.
2 yes po.
2111.
Yes po ma'am.
22111.
2 2111 po.
Sigurado ka?
P2, P1.
Oh, isipan mo yun mamaya ha. Okay, let's have the family developmental task. Hanap ko yung family development.
So, good morning, ma'am. So, for the family development task, kay ano sila, ma'am, beginning family sila, then establish couple identity and mutual. As social beings, we have a strong desire for connection and desire belong to our observation of our parents as a single unit. The idea of couple identity has been imprinted in us through their interaction with each other and later enforced by observing other relationships with similar dynamics and the development of a sense and oneness, prioritize equality and marriage. Wait lang, ma'am. Sorry for that, ma'am. And then when couples prioritize equality and marriage, they treat each other as equals. They treat each other with respect, consider each other's needs, and encourage one another. Equal partners agree on goals and work as a team to achieve them. Ang source naman ni Ma'am kay Sally A in 2020. So, realign relationship with extended family not to include spouse not achieved siya, ma'am. Wait lang, ma'am. So, not achieved siya, ma'am. The family and the grandparents was mentioned na verbalize ko to sa patient, ma'am, na ay sa ni sir pang nag-follow up question minas. Tong at first kay wala dili boto ang parents sa babae sa ano ni ma'am kay sir, so mo to, ma'am. Then ang ano naman na, ma'am, you create a family structure when you merge families through marriage or a committed union. Your individual thoughts, goals, and values are part of your family system. These are influenced by your interaction and experience with your birth family when you get married or start a relationship. Your family system and your partner family system are combined. Smooth interrogation into the new family structure will reduce stress for both of you and your partner. Often, less stress translates to improved health by anonymous health-wise stuff in 2021. And then next is make decision about parenthood not achieved yapon siya, ma'am, kay wala na mo na-discuss sa ano siya, ma'am, sa patient.
Ano yun? Yung?
Kaning make decision about parenthood.
Okay.
Ay ano pa man ni siya ma'am, beginning family pa man sila sa parts sa ni sir ug ma'am. So in a study, a parent is someone who bears significant obligation and rights in relationship to a given child. In most areas of their child life, parents typically have the power to make decisions and the ability to execute others from doing so. Parents have a great deal of control over how and what their child eats, clothes, play, studies, and interacts with others. As long as they meet the obligation to nurture, educate, and provide healthcare to them. So from Blake and EL 2021 others. Then mo lang sa ano ma'am, family develop na mo ma'am.
Okay, let me check on this one. Besides, do you have questions?
None so far po, ma'am. Wala lang po na mabasa, ma'am.
Wala ka bang kopya ng ano?
Meron po, ma'am. Itong nasa ano nila, ma'am. Sa G-Docs nila.
Okay. Beginning family, establish couple identity and mutuality satisfy. So this is a beginning family. So there's this, how you going to relate this one to the fact that the mother, the woman already have a daughter, rather a child from the previous relationship. How was it?
For me ma'am kanang sa pag-unsa niya pag ay sige to ma'am sa how relate sa mother ma'am no kay na siya
Oh.
anak. Nag-ano sila ma'am, busy sila sa iyang anak. Then feel na ko since si mother man ang na-experience ma'am sa kanang sa ilang duwa sa beginning family kay pwede niya tuduan kanang walag i-guide si sir so something some decision making so sound kada ko sa bata something anak ma'am.
Okay, we have been here. Establish couples identity and mutually satisfying marriage. So why are your remarks all not achieved?
Kay first of all man kay when I kay verbalize ni client L na which is the mother na dili pa sila minyo and then also ma'am ilang relationship kay dili pa kayo dugay ma'am as verbalize ka to sa kay patient A which is anak siya na wala pa daw sila 3 years nung wala pa sila sa 1.5 years na pagsasama.
So the relationship is just very recent lang. Wala pang 3 years.
Oo ma'am anak.
And they already have 2 pregnancies out of that relationship.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
The client just moved in. Why what was the basis for your not achieved? Dili miminyo pero dili lang ko gapuyo. What does it mean?
Sa verbalization sa patient ma'am na kanang dili minyo pero dili lang ko gapuyo. Ito nga na.
Okay. Are you telling me that this relationship is not you're not so sure about this one? Because the identity is not established. Established couple identity, did they see themselves as a couple or did they ano doon? Ano to? Is it did they just see that relationship as something temporary?
Ay na-achieve lang siya sa mga ma'am kay dili pa man sila married pero makita na mo sila ng couple, ma'am, and katosad ang giingon ako, ma'am, na dili pa kay sila dugay, ma'am. So, di pa kayo establish ang
So they are not they are so they are not a family, they are just into relationship lang, di lang sila kuan. So task nila unsa man ni? How about the term for mutually satisfying marriage? Is it that the relationship is not mutually satisfying?
ilang ako, ma'am, satisfying na siya, ma'am.
So ano na na-achieve ni siya? Not achieve. How are they as a couple?
Okay lang
How
sila,
are
ma'am.
they as a couple? How are they as a beginning family?
Okay lang sila, ma'am. Pero gaaway lang sila panagsa. So, bilang achieve
What's
din
the
siya, ma'am.
usual? What's the usual that causes what's the usual reason for misunderstanding?
Sa verbalized ni sir ato, ma'am, kay sa selos something, ma'am, and wala man tayo mong pagkabalo, ma'am. Kaya na follow up man mi kay sir ato na tayo. Sir. Ang reason sa ilang marag something away atong marag recent lang daw kay selos-selos.
Selos-selos.
As
Okay.
verbalized ni sir.
Kasi gaselo sa lalaki.
Ang babae daw, ma'am, kay naman daw to'y work si sir sa una sa office kanit, ma'am. Dugay daw siya goli. Selosa daw si ma'am ato. Mo to nihawa daw siya something anak, ma'am, sa work. Para dito sila sige away.
So this is just a new job. So that's not stable yet. So hindi pa yung ano yung sa IDB natin, balikan natin. So that means to say that how is the relationship? So balik ka sa IDB, how are they? How often do they fight?
Panagsa lang sad, ma'am.
Okay. Looking at your comments in here, not achieved, real relationship with extended family to include spouse, not achieved, make decisions about parenthood, still not achieved. Hold on na. Ipapasan ko mo itong putod, ana, pati ka ng sagit gawas. Unahala na dyan sa palibot. Pero sa iba pa niya. Sa iba putod. Ano mga nagkampas ng mga dahon ba? Ayan, jacket na nako. Ay, dahil na, pangita na ako na. Okay. Making decisions about parenthood not discussed with the patient. Pero sabi kayo kung maayo ilang anak karon, mga anak pa sila balik. Okay, yun ang sinabi kanina. This is about parenthood. This is parent is someone who bears significant obligations and rights in relation to the most of the child. The parents typically have a power to make decision ability. Okay, how are they preparing for it? For their being for the upcoming baby.
Katong nagasabot sila ma'am na dapat i-stop yun di sir ayang pagpanigrilyo if mabot atong bata, and then maulong mo na ata to ma'am, then monthly siya ga-check up si ma'am, monthly na nagapa-check up si ma'am, like dili na niya gina skip yung ano para maiwasan kaniya ang ano overdue niya ma'am, na basin makalimot siya anak lang ma'am, wala siya kabantay.
Okay. Teka, sandali, balikan ko kayo. Sorry for that. May naamoy kasi ako mabaho. Iinis ako kung ano yun. Okay. That's it. Okay. So looking at your developmental task, what do you think could be the possible outcome having this one family developmental task, a beginning family, and everything is not achieved? Wala silang preparation, make decisions about parenthood. The fact that you have mentioned that the client wants to have more children, if the outcome is good, is it not about parenthood, or how are they preparing for that? What are their plans about the baby? Only about smoking? How about other plans? What do they want to do with the baby? Pag naglabas na siya, anong plano nila? Wala silang plano? Wala lang?
Na sila plano ma'am, na-achieve yun dapat na ma'am.
Lagi usay plano, lagi ba? That's why you said that gusto pala kung gwapo ang outcome. Isn't it an indication of when they said kung gwapo iyang outcome, matami gwapong outcome, makulbaan man tada, no? So are they expecting an abnormal baby? Parang ganun kasi yung dating. It sounds like they're expecting something like abnormal baby. So if that is the case, what do you think? If they're talking about it, they already have the future plan about future plan. No? So I don't think there's no they don't have any decision at all. I think they have some decision. And how are they preparing? How about for the delivery of the baby? Did they talk about it? Do they have plans? Do they already have the budget? Did they prepare for it?
Ma'am, so wala achieve ata na ma'am until sa 2 ma'am, then sa 3 kay dili na mo siya dili na siya namo matawag ano mama safe term. Matubag dahil dili na mo siya matubag kay ang wala kayo sila gaano sa ay wait lang ma'am. Ay achieve din ng ano ma'am all dapat so nagkamali jud ang ano pagkabuhat.
How about the relationship with extended family to include spouse? Is it an extended family? They said that there's just the two of them living together. How's the relationship? Wala naman si ibang na-mention. Although you have mentioned that the family did that like them. So does that mean na palayasin siya dun sa bahay? Because the first statement says, dili kuminyo, pero dili lang ko nagpuyo. And then pag sa second statement mo, no interaction the family doesn't like it. Yeah, usa na siya palayason na lang siya, kaya nagpuyo naman ka siya. Magulo yung ano statement ninyo. Ano ba talaga?
Ay sa about sa grandparents ma'am kay dito aday na mali ra na pagsabot sa kauban ang giingon day ato ma'am kay dili lang sila ganahan ato na part di ay sa pang nakuhaan ang girl then wala giingan sila sa grandparents something ana pero nagmeet na si patient A o grandparents sa girl then okay lang daw sa father sa girl ang si patient A. So, ang interaction ko nila ma'am kay achieved ma'am.
Hey, why are all your answers in here? And in the first place, this is not an extended family. You said that they are just living together. That's just the two of them there. It's just like confused. Extended family to include the spouse, the alien relationship. How is it? Did they fight? Or wala naman siguro. And the fact that the client was able to stay there and live with the husband, with the partner, no? How bakit ko not achieve ito? So I'm looking at it as this relationship is doomed to fail. Pero not achieve eh. Wala na sila padulungan kung titingnan ko sila. Parang walang papuntahan tong mag-asawang ito. Parang di sila magdugay looking at it. No? You should elaborate more on this one. Do not just rely on this one. You should elaborate what are your justification. Bakit mo sinabi na not achieve, bakit achieve, or ano. Anong meron sa relationship nila? You have to observe and you have to ask. Ano ba yung sinasabi nila, kinukwento nila sa inyo?
Yes ma'am.
O, ako kasabot sa content, ani.
So dapat matag-achieve jud ata ni siya what to ano.
So which one? So
ma'am,
let's you have to present it again. And what are the justifications in here?
sige. So sa establish identity and marriage ma'am kay achieve siya ma'am kay na sila plano sa bata then katong giingon sa mo ma'am. So magduga magdag na sila balak na magdagdag if normal lang ang delivery sa baby and then also sa kanang pag sabot nila na mag-stop na si sir og kanang mga vision niya if na si baby para dili something dili mosunod sa yapak ang tong baby something anak mo. So achieve siya ang remark so ang justification. Then sa realign relationship with extended family to include spouse kay ay achieve po this number 1 ma'am kay even though gaaway sila kay nagapangitam gyapon sila ways to resolve it at the end of the day ano ma'am. Then sa realign relationship with extended family to include spouse
Is the
kay,
decision to live together final?
yes ma'am.
Because
Decision
the
nila.
statement here, dili miminyo, pero dili lang ko gapuy. It seems like, ano ba to? Final na ba itong decision niya mag-stay or not? That's something ba?
Ano ma'am kanang wala ginamin ko to ni patient A diri ma'am kay Masin dili sila married as a couple kay dira na siya gapuyo. Dira na siya gapuyo sa house ni client A, which is ni father. So pag nasabutan yun nila ma'am na magstay sila together as a family
Okay,
in a
ang,
one
ang
house.
statement nyo sounds like she's just a border. That place. Nakita yung statement nyo? Dili mo pwede lang ko gapuyo. And then they border na nagkaroon siya ng anak. Parang ganun yung dating. No, if we try to look at it, it has to be a complete statement para for it to be justified well.
Yung ma'am.
How about the relationship with the extended family?
So sa extended family ma'am kay achieve pa sa ako ma'am the justification ako ma'am kay even though wala nag-live sila wala nag-live together sila ang grandparents ni patient A.
Okay,
No.
why is it the grandparents as the why are the parents of the husband? That's the house of the husband's family, right?
Yes ma'am.
So nasaan pala ang parents nila?
Sa part sa grandparents sa father na side ma'am kay kabalo mi asa ay nasa lain lugar daw pero wala mi kabalo if nag-meet na si mother and sa parents ni father ma'am. Wala na ingon ni sir ma'am or wala na mo na as de. So wala mi info dyan ma'am. Dili na mo pwede ibutang lang na bot-bot ma'am sa ato lang.
So hindi kayo, so you cannot identify how is the relationship.
Ay,
You
need
did
siya
not
sa
ask
bot
also?
ma'am.
Oh,
Need
the
siya sa bot.
second the relationship with extended family. Is it really applicable? Knowing that there's just the two of them living together.
Para sa ma'am, applicable siya ma'am kay pati sa both side man sa parents sa father and sa mother ma'am kay boto man sila sa ilang relationship para walay something sa Bisaya pa ma'am gabalibad sa ilang relationship ma'am para walay masoko sa ilang relationship para anak ma'am. So wala boto ang tanan ma'am both sa father and sa parent ay sa mother na side.
Okay. So how would you summarize all? So what will be your final statement? Having that beginning family, so what will be your overall assessment of the family developmental task of this family of yours?
Kanang
Generally speaking.
the beginning family is as a good wait lang ma'am. So ano ma'am, so in line with the beginning family pa sila ma'am, their relationship both sa ilang duwa and sa ilang mga parents kay good, and also they have planned to they have planned to teach good manners and right conduct to their child and also to guide their child to the kanang matag very best nila ma'am na makaya nila i-guide, and then also so they plan to mag they plan to raise the child also na together, ma'am, until sa mag-grow up. Sa until adulthood sa children nila or child na, ma'am.
So overall, what will your remarks?
Overall kay achieve siya, ma'am, ang
Achieve?
family din. Ma'am.
Nalibog ko ano yung ipang-present diri sa kuha. Ang mga info ninyo ba hindi kompleto, no? Okay? Sige. Let's have the break first. We'll have 20 minutes break and we'll continue. For the succeeding groups, no? Because we have a very limited time. We have only, I think, half day time at the time. So I suggest that you start, okay, working on your manuscript, ha, using yung mga ano, you have seen ano yung mga kulang, kompletohin niyo yung mga information dyan. So that we can have, we can have a complete data, no, ng ano natin, so we can discuss things out better. Although half day lang, habulin natin na matapusin natin yan na ano. Okay? Sige, let's have the break first. Just 20 minutes break. Okay, let's continue. Basta siguruhan lang to sa likod yan, katulad nagsakatay-katay ba? Lagi kay hadlok kay musaka na po sila. Okay, who's going to present the genogram?
Ako, Japan, ma'am. Mag-start na ako, ma'am.
Okay.
So, as you can see in the genogram, ma'am, on the parental side of the family, there was no history of diabetes, heart or lung disease, cancer or mental illness, but the index in the male family has a history of drinking alcohol and smoking every day. Ang drinking alcohol niya, ma'am, kay occasionally lang. Ang smoking ang everyday. So,
Yun yan siya.
sa father, ma'am, parental. Sa father na yun na siya, ma'am, mismo sa, Then, on the maternal side, the index pregnant, so kay father ni ma'am is in the good condition, but her mother has a history of diabetes and goiter. She also has 11-year-old female child and is in good condition with complete immunization. However, client L has no history client L has a history of overdue pregnancy and in her second pregnancy and miscarriage on her third pregnancy. So this is her fourth pregnancy, and then she is 4-month pregnant.
Okay. Wala ko kasabot sa iyong drawing. Can you expound on the diagram? Your genogram must present up to the third generation. Okay? 3 generations of that would add your client. And I did not see any connectivity, any connection between the husband and the wife in here. Asan sila related? Wala silang line that connects them both. Paano sila umabot sa ano? So I presume that your family developmental task is really not achieved because they don't even have connection. Baka border nga lang talaga ito siya. Looking at the diagram. Usa po rin triangle na gitanggal.
Miscarriage index, ma'am.
Okay, so what's the legend? Why is the green? What is this green? Bakit ano siya ganito? And what is this yellow and what the circle and the square? What is that?
Ang circle, ma'am, kay female siya. Nag-indicate siya sa female. Then ang
Wala
box
kay
kay
kayong
sa-
legend. I don't understand. Except lang sa healthy female, healthy male. Ano siya, male or female, any. So you have to expound on the other family history about other diseases. Wala.
Wala na, ma'am. Wala na mention si ma'am or si sir na family health history nila, ma'am. Na hereditary diseases or
Usa man ni sila,
diseases
bulag ni sila kay wala man sila nag-connect And why only 2? How about the but you keep mentioning that the house was owned by the grandparents, but how come you don't even have a report about the grandparents here? Ilan sila magkapatid? Ilan sila Yung mga taong yun, sila, ilan sila? Bakit sila lang nandiyan na nakikita? Are both of them only child?
Dili, ma'am.
Oh, ganong ano man ni siya. Pero di sila mag-igsuon ng babae, pero mag-igsuon ng lalaki. How about other illnesses sa mga magkakapatid? Yung parents nila, ilan sila? Tapos hanggang umabot sa kanila as the couple, as the family. Wag ko kabalo, di ko sila minyo no, wag sila klarong relationship, okay? Wag sila nag-connect duha. Asa man jud ni? Genogram ninyo.
Na mali na jud guro na, ma'am, kay dali.
Mag-genogram, 3 generations ganyan siya. Asan si lolo, si lola? Asan mga kapatid nito?
Wala ang
Asan mga kapatid
igsuon,
ng
ma'am.
parents? But still, may kapatid siya. Even
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
don't have them seen them, they are part of this genogram. So the mother of the pregnant woman has diabetes and has goiter. How about the lolo and the lola? How about the siblings? The parents?
Wala siya na-include, ma'am, ang grandparents.
Oh, so can you tell us about the other generation?
Wala may info about sa grandparents both side nila, ma'am. It's about sa ilang history sa illnesses. Nag-ano lang mi sa parents lang na
Dapat meron kayo noon kasi genogram yan eh. SOP siya pero third generation. Kay basta yan ha, kay madaot ng kahoy anak. Tumbayin. Ano mang plano natin sa genogram? The client has a history of the family has an history of diabetes and are they still alive? The parents?
yes, ma'am, both side.
So wala
So-
ka istoryahan anong genogram. O takabaloon sa inaa. Okay. Wala matayong ano yun dyan. So only the mothers, the client's family side has diseases. How about considering that the husband is a smoker? Anybody else from the family is smoker?
Wala na, ma'am. Sa yang igsuon kay wala pud mi kabalo sa ma'am, wala mi kapangutana.
Oh, so dapat yan siya kompleto ha. Kapag mag-genogram gani kayo, kompleto siya. So up to 3 generations, you only have 2 generations in here. And the second, this generation must not end only with one. It says, looking at it, you only have pareho silang only child. The way I see it, pareho silang only child. And then no other issues except that the mother of the female. And then bakit nasa ibabaw si miscarriage? Nasa ibabaw ng bilog. Bakit do you use the word healthy? Ito ba yan, ha? Yan ka na ako mga papel, pakibutang na lang po ito sa Pika Shell. Hindi ako pa na-checkan. Butanan.
Sa inyo guys, ma'am, ingat ko ma'am, sa inyong genogram guys, dapat dili healthy female or healthy, dapat patient, yung patient X nyo, or yung ano nyo, circle or square. Tapos sa atong husband, di ba, nagsabi man yun sila na iyang magpapa na hypertensive so sila, husband side, di ba sir, Kagampang?
Asa man sa hypertension? Ano ba hypertensive sa ila, ha?
Wala, tama day sir. Oo, sa uncle na side, di ba to sir?
Oo.
Namday,
Sa
uyo, ana.
Pero ano na to siya ma'am, sa igsuon na sayang
O, maski pa.
parents.
3
butang
generations
Japan
man. Oh,
Ah,
ay suon sa yung parents mo, ganingon na kung anong kana lang man. I should see 3 levels in here. 3 level ang makita ko dito. Unless you have a 3 generation hanggang sa may anak sila, wala man silang anak. And that's not connected. The girl has the mother has a child from the previous wala man yun siyang bearing dito. Iba man 'tong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon.
okay ma'am.
Asa mo 'tong mga igsuon day ani? Pero di ka magbuk mag-igsuon ng parents ani. Mother side, father side. Kaysa unsay mga sakit nila.
Sa pagkabalo na ako ma'am sa kay mother, kay na siya igsuon na tulo. And then igsuon siyang father kay wala may kabalo. Then sa father side kay wait lang ma'am, i-double check ko lang ma'am.
Ano yun sa mother side is?
Tulo sila mag-igsuon ma'am. So tulo sila
Muna man di
kabuok.
ay. Oh, sige, if you are to revise this one, how you going to draw that?
First sa grandparents sa lalaki kay
Oh, sige,
Disease.
grandparents na lang.
Disease na ay lang
Oh,
yung
na-disease na dito. Kinsa?
confirm na sa
Can you do that on a blank screen? Or you're going to draw it on a paper and show it to us? Mas dali
Pwede.
siguro ko
sa paper na lang siguro ma'am.
mas dali ka makasulat diha kaysa diha sa screen. O sige,
Oo ma'am.
i-draw, i-present daw ana tanaw na to, mas masabtan nato.
Kuha sa pen and paper.
Sige, then. Okay, so we're going to have the genogram, it should always be 3 generations. How about the other groups? 3 generations di ba kayo?
Yes po, ma'am.
Hanggang doon na kasama yung mga ha? What's the next part in here? Okay, balikan natin. Echo map. Sige, who's going to present the echo map?
Ako po, ma'am.
Okay, Fabiana.
Start po, ma'am.
Yes.
Now, for the echo map, it is displayed here that Mr. A goes around the neighborhood to socialize with his neighbors and to the market to buy their food and provide for their family, and also to work as a tricycle driver, while Miss L goes to the church to pray, and also when they have the time, they go to the park to relieve stress.
Dapat tingnan ko dito ang drawing niyo, be. Asan sila sa Bugay kakulay-kulay ito. Sino ito? Si A is the father, yung husband. L is
Yes
the
po,
wife.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes po, ma'am.
Why is the park bold arrows?
Sorry po, ma'am. Pwede paki-repeat po, ma'am.
Why is the arrow for the going to the park bold? What makes it different from the rest of the arrows there?
Okay, ano, ma'am. Excuse me. Sila duha nag-add to the, ma'am. Both patient A and patient L.
Sila duha nag-add to din ha. So mean to say
Yes
the
po,
rest
ma'am.
of the rest of those are not hindi sila sabay.
Yes po, ma'am. Isa-isa lang.
Ano itong work?
Si, ano po, ma'am, si Mr. A, patient A po, ma'am, kay,
What's the nature pala of his work?
ng tricycle driver siya po, ma'am. Tapos,
So looking at it, it means that all of these areas that they visit are actually visited equally. Meaning to say, because they have the same, except for the park, because you have a bold line there. How do you interpret those lines?
ano, ma'am, kanang iya-iya lang dyan sila mag-add to, ma'am. Po, kunyari, si patient A, ay, Mr. A kay, kanang, naa siya kanang sa iyang work po, ma'am, kay kanang, ga-work, di ba, ga-work siya as driver, tapos,
So how would you interpret the way I see it, having the same arrows there? Bakit itong market mo may putol-putol na arrow? Bakit si neighborhood, si Mr. doon, iba rin yung arrow ni how do you make it more understandable? It seems like, do they
Ay.
go at a regular schedule on all of these areas?
ano, ma'am, ang kanang broken line ganin, ma'am, nga arrow, kay, error
Where's
lang
the
po na
broken line there?
I mean, kanang putol-putol na arrow,
Yung
ma'am.
dalawang arrow na ano. So what do you mean by that?
Kung ano na siya, ma'am, error na siya, ma'am, kanang, na design lang siya. Na mali lang ang paggamit.
There must be a legend. So what does this bold arrow mean? What does the other arrows? Because the way I see it, the arrows going to the market and the market and the church is not as bold as the arrows going to the neighborhood and work. And then you have been going to the park, a bold and a thin. arrow.
Ah.
Anong kaibahan nila?
Sa ano ma'am, sa neighborhood ay ang neighborhood o work kay equal lang pa rin siya ma'am. Bali nagka-iya lang gyapon sila og adto ma'am. And then sa
What do you mean by
kanang
equal
part
and
kay
iya sila gato? What do you mean by that?
Eh.
How often? Because you like to see the usual routine that this couple usually do. I just say couple because ano pa naman sa beginning family, no? So wala pa silang anak. So ano yun? How do you interpret this? Give us a clearer picture. Where is that park? Park ha? Park. You are referring to park, Suruyanan. There is also what we call gym there. Ano yung kasi looking at the amenities that we have there in the community. When we went there, we saw that they're close to the gym. There's also a daycare center, may health center, may ano. Asan sila doon? May church, pero nag-pray. Ano to? Samantalang, based on your IDB sa iyong mga mesh, ano natin, the client does not just only stay at home. But it's not even mentioned there in the IDB. But what was mentioned in the IDB is that the client stays at home.
ay kanang occasionally lang po ma'am na naga
So how would you differentiate the trip going to neighborhood, the trip going to church, with the trip going to work? How do you present it? What does you have to have a legend on these arrows? Ano to? How do you expound on this one? Kaya ako naguluhan ako. And this should be, to make it more interesting, this one should be represented in like pictures to make it more. And then instead of you having a patient L, patient N, you can have a picture in here of a couple with the woman who is pregnant. Mas maganda siyang tingnan eh. And then work. Anong nature ng work niya? Work means I presume that is not on a regular basis because the client can just choose the time that where he wanted when he wants to work. Right? Kasi tricycle driver makaya siya. Tricycle driver, may tricycle siyang sarili o nagarenta sila?
na siya iyaha ma'am.
Tricycle good
Yes po
o
ma'am.
motor?
Tricycle jud ma'am.
Okay. So yun yung kanyang ano,
Main source of income nila ang ano
Oh.
ma'am kanang
so
tricycle.
ngayon,
driver
paano
niya,
mo
ma'am.
siya i-present dito sa EcoMap? Saan siya nag-work? And then how does that differ with the neighborhood? What do you mean by them going to the neighborhood with an arrow? Saan sa neighborhood sila pumupunta?
Ang kanang sa work niya ma'am within the ano lang po ma'am kanang diya lang duol sa ila gani ma'am diya sa Piapi. Within lang sa ilang area lang po ma'am. Tapos ang neighborhood po ma'am kay ang silingan lang sa ilang balay ma'am which is katong dito lang na mga nagtikit nga balay dito lang sila socialize.
Okay, so, iklaro natin to. Ano to? Ano ba? We say neighborhood. Saan sa neighborhood? Specify natin dito. Kasi neighborhood, based on the description of the IDB is, we're in the introduction. Yung sinabi mo ito, ang community nyo, that's based on how you describe the community, para kasing, you mean tuyok-tuyok ko siya sa tibuok community na ginasabi ninyo? Yung ganun ba? Who are those neighbors that they used to see more often?
Kung naa sa baba sa ilang balay, ma'am, like, at bang nila na ay ano tindahan, diya sila mainly na mo makita nga, for example, ang father kay diya sila social, interact sa mga friends niya and mga silingan po.
Okay, so how often is that? So yun yung titingnan natin. So your arrows will give us a picture of how often. So there must be a legend. If it's bold, if it's broken, if it's a thin line or a thick line, or there should be because the way I see it, mas marami yung pagpunta nila sa park na silang dalawa kaysa magpunta sila sa market kasi 2 araw, o at saka yung magpunta si husband sa work at saka manilingan. And what park are you referring to in here? How far is the park? How far is the church? Is there a church nearby? And how often do they go to church? And if the client is the religious practice nila, which was not actually mentioned in your IDB, what is the religious practice? You said it is only only the woman who goes there. How about the woman being pregnant? How often does she go to the health center? Kasama ba yun sa routine niya?
Yes po, ma'am, kasama rin sa routine po niya,
Oh.
ma'am, once per month. Ayan, check
Oh,
up.
so
Pero
asan dito ang ano?
wala na butang sa
Oh, wala akong nakikitang ano. And the even the church and was not even mentioned. The park was not even mentioned in your IDB na meron sila mga leisure time na mga ganito, walang mga ganyan, pero bakit bigla parang may park dito? Ano, mamasyal pa ito sila? Ngayon ko lang nalaman. Parang ganun. And ano yung park? So you have to describe saan itong market, saan itong ano. So na market na mamalengke sila, but as far as I could remember, based on your IDB, they used to eat canned goods and then they just buy from the neighbors food because the woman does not know how to cook. So who cooks then?
the father po, ma'am, most of the time, as far as ay kanang kuan po, as sa pag-interview po na mo, ma'am.
Oh, so paano yun? Ano yung routine natin? So who goes to the market to buy food? Who goes, how often? Considering that they don't have the refrigerator. Or how often do they go and buy food to cook?
Sometimes na po sila nag-kuan, ma'am, go out and mamalitog ka.
Oh, yan.
Pagkaon.
So, your narrative in here should be, sige, let's have a clear, can you restate all those that, in your diagram, sa ating, ating eco map. Tanaw na ko sa inyong drawing, baka marag alien, na yung mata niya, na yung ilong, na yung kuan, na siya mga, ang dating niya ba? And pag nagpunta ng church, yung babae lang ba lumalabas? May how often? Kasama siya. Can you simplify, can you present this one in a clearer picture? Kagampang ayudan mo your genogram?
Almost na, ma'am.
Oh, sige. O, ano na, Mr. Papianya?
Ano ko po bang
Oh,
anong i-draw ko
simplify mo
po?
daw, i-ano mo daw. Oh, if you can draw it, you can present it to us. Naguluhan ako eh, hindi ko maintindihan. Mas paningin ko talaga sa drawing ng alien. Kita niyo yung mukha na may malagbilog ang mata na ganyan. Oh, so ang statement pag ganito, when they have time, they go to the park to walk just to relieve stress. Okay, so may mga stressors pala sila. So ano yung common issues nila padating doon sa ano? Padating doon sa IDB, hindi ko nakita. Okay? When the question is when the statement is when they have time. Ano yung when they have time? Ano yan siya? Once a week, once in every 2 weeks, once in 2 weeks, or once in a month. Ano yun? Kasi kung once a week to relieve stress, wow, they are so stressed siguro. If you say daily, when they have time, sabi natin magpunta sila sa ano, kung sabihin mo siyang pupunta sila ng tawag niya ng park every 3 days when they have time to relieve stress, so they must be living a very stressful life. If you say that they go to the park once a month, they must be very busy because when they have time. Looking at the statement, if you try to read between the lines, busy juga ini siya. Oh, stressful di life kay stress magandang gisulti no. What's the usual routine? Kagampang, okay ka na sa genogram mo?
Na ko'y mga ano ma'am, wala mi pang butagan kay wala mi kabalo sa information gani ma'am something ana ko.
Tingnan natin, baka naman mas maganda yan. Kaya tingin ko dito, only child sila dalawa eh. Ang only child eh sila, mga uniko iho, uniko iha. Okay, can you present that one?
Apit tayo kay ma'am last.
Ang dami palang hinihingi sa case study, no? Family pag ito. Lahi po itong inyong case study pagdating ninyo sa ano, sa other clinical areas. Ito, community man, ito siya na setting. Hospital setting, lahi po yung case study. Lahi po yung pakayuon dito. That you should include there a lot of important informations. All those important information must be included. Do not delete, do not remove them. Kaya sinasabi, do not just rely on the IDB yung inyong ano, yung inyong kopya. Kung ano lang yung very ano siya, very ano no, ang dating niya is very routine ba na number 1, ito yung question ko. Number 2, pag may sinabi siya, follow up ka agad. Ay, kuan day ka, ma'am. O sa day, so follow up ka agad so they can extract more information. It may not be related to the topic that you're asking. However, that could be an additional information that you could gather from the family. Automatic siya, follow up ka agad. Pag nag-mention siya ng konti na ano, follow up ka agad. Kaya ibig sabihin, hindi ko sino naka-assign, yun lang magtatanong. That's why others may interrupt, no? The media to may comment, may ask questions, may make a follow up para mas marami kayong mag-gather na information. Pero ayaw po magsapaw-sapaw kay di po kasabot ng malibog na ng pasyente sa inyo ha.
Man ako ma'am sa ano, genogram.
Sige, i-present genogram. At least I will see a more number of people there. Lungkot naman lang ka ng genogram, no?
I-try lang daw ma'am na ibutang taong picture na gidrawing na ko ma'am sa ano sa PPT.
Hindi na i-PowerPoint yun. Picture mo to. I-present mo dito. Share screen ka lang.
Sure. Saan ako sa sarili?
Wala pa ta nag-FNCP, prioritization. This is group 1, no?
Yes po, ma'am.
Makita siya, ma'am.
Yes. Can you make it bigger?
Blurry siya, ma'am, pag ano.
Sige lang, okay lang.
So, sa makita nyo, ma'am, si client A ning first na box, diri, and then this, kani si client L, which is the mother, then A is father. Then sa side ni father, ang grandparents niya, okay, wala mi kabalo. Kabalo mi ma'am na naay namatay, pero wala mi kabalo asa na side, so wala na lang ko nang butang ma'am kung asa tong disease na grandparent niya. And then yung father kay smoker din. Wala mi kabalo pila igsoon siyang father sa mother side niya, wala mi kabalo, so wala na butang, pero nami kabalo na isa siyang uncle na namatay tungod sa hypertension daw. So, gibutangan ako na namatay na hypertensive. Ay, sa ano siya day, ma'am, ito gani sa gilid. Kaning box, ma'am, kay means anak, kay male. Ang circle, meaning kay female. Then, ang box na nay X or circle na nay X kay means kay disease na siya na male or female. And then, if box siya na naay something box sa taas, na may box sa upper right, na naka-shade kay na siya diabetic goiter, male or female. And then next kay if ang sa may box nasa upper left kay na siya hypertension, male or female. And then if naay siya half na line sa baba na naka-shade, ano siya, means smoker siya, male or female. Kalimot ko ba sa male or female. So, mga na siya, ma'am. So, smoker yung father, yung mother kay dili. Wala may kabalo sa yung so on. Then, si client, wala siya hypertension, wala siya diabetic. Then, pero smoker si client. And then, also sa grandparent na side ni mother, which is si client L, kay wala mi kabalo kay sa additional info. So, wala mi kabalo if nabay history sila nabay namatay na sila, so wala na ako gibot niyan. And then siyang father na side, wala ko kabalo if pila sila, also sa mother na side. Pero kabalo ko na ang mother ni client L kay naay diabetic goiter, so which is butangan ako siya og up sa may box sa taas sa upper right. So, and then also ang kabalo sad mi na tulo sila mag-igsoon babae. And then so mao gibutan ako, and then wala mi kabalo if nabay history of illness yang mga igsoon, pero kabalo mi natuloy jud sila. Then si client wala siya history sa ani dili siya smoker and all. And then mao to mo.
Is the client the oldest among the siblings?
Youngest, ma'am. Youngest siya.
Sama na siya, baliktad. Sa pika siguro ka ano?
Wala na ko
Bakit
siya.
sa gilid?
Wala na ko
Sa
siya
gitna
na
ang anak. Sa gitna dapat ang mga anak, ha? Hindi yan
ma'am.
nasa gilid. Ang lalaki, walang kapatid.
Sa pagkabalo na ma'am na up, pero wala ko kabalo pila, so wala na ko gibutangan na lang, ma'am.
So yan, ano ha, alamin niyo yan lahat ng mga informations about it.
Yes,
It should be
ma'am.
presented in 3 generations. Actually, kulang to masyado. Okay? Wala tayong background ng ano, and they should be arranged according to your ordinal rank, no? Kung pang ilan siya, is the client is the youngest, then that would be on the third, and then how they meet. Ngayon, tapos meron kang ano, how about, can you add in here a little?
As an apart, ma'am.
Saan pa pwede magdagdag? Meron pa bang pwede dagdag?
Sa anak sa ano ma'am sa ni client L idagdag pa ma'am, and then sa asawa niya or dili na. Kay dili naman
What do
siya.
you think?
I think ma'am sa anak lang ni client L ang idagdag.
Nya, kasi may tatay ato. How do you
Ato-
present that? Na iba yung
Wala.
tatay.
Wala ko
How will
kabalo
you
ma'am
present that na iba yung
unsaon.
tatay? I'm asking is how you going to present it? How, na iba yung tatay?
Another genogram ma'am,
Oh,
something like that.
Another
Or dili,
genogram?
dili.
isa naman genogram natin i-present dapat.
Sa Laoy idea ma'am. If
How about
broken,
the others? Oh, okay, broken what?
if broken ano family. Then ano
Oh, how do you do that? Oh. Ano, asa naman si miscarriage index? Asa naman siya?
Ay wala na ako siya nabutang
Oh.
kay ma'am.
Asa naman siya nabutang?
Dapat na siya sa baba ni client L. Iyang anak. Sus.
Okay. Ano na? Sige, let's have the the eco map. So, paano i-present yung ano? Kagampang, ayusin niyo yung ano nyo ha?
Yes
Yung
ma'am.
genogram ninyo. So, how about the eco map? What happens now? Fabiania?
Nag-ano po i-revise na mo ang
Oh, let's have the family coping index.
ay ako pa rin dyan po.
Ikaw pa rin?
Yes po ma'am.
Present mo yung eco map mo mamaya. Balikan natin yan.
For the family coping index, we have measured it using via the rating of 1 which is no competence, 3 which is moderate competence, and 5 which is complete competence. For the coping area, such as the physical independence, we have rated it as 3. For the justification, it is the family can do their activities of daily living or ADLs. So the head of the family works as a tricycle driver while the mother is a full-time housewife. The head of the family provides partially for the needs of its members. Now, for the therapeutic independence, we have rated it as 3, which is moderate competence. Now, for the justification, some but not all treatments are carried out by the family. For the knowledge of health condition, we have rated it 3 as well. And for the justification, we gathered that patient L has some knowledge of the risk factors of her pregnancy, but has not grasped the underlying principle or is only partially informed. Next is the application of principles of personal and general hygiene. Right, next quote, please. We have rated it as an A or uh, NAs or not applicable because we weren't we weren't able to see the insides of the house. Next is the attitude towards self-care. We have rated it as 5 or complete competence, which is we have justified it as the family is aware of the health services available in the local health center and accepts healthcare services. Next is the emotional competence. We have rated it 5 as well because the family consults each other regarding emotional problems. However, the couple sometimes quarrel, but tries to resolve it by the end of the day. Next quote, please. Now, for the family living pattern, we have also rated it as 5, which is complete competence. Now, through honest and effective communication, the couple decides what is best for their family as a whole. The mother manages their daily costs, and the father's income provides for their budget. Next is the physical environment. We have rated it as 3, which is moderate competence. Now, for the justification, their house is about 20 square meters in floor area with 4 windows, which provide them ventilation, and their house has only 1 toilet and 2 bedrooms. It also needs some repair and improvements, especially on the stairs. The canals in their neighborhood are not clean, which may cause vectors such as mosquitoes that carry diseases to cause spread of communicable diseases. Next quote, please. Lastly, the use of community resources. We have rated it 5 as well because the family recognizes the services offered by the local health center and the local health government. Yan lang po, ma'am, sa
Mr.
family copy index.
Ganya, sa inyong applications of principles of personal and general hygiene, yan ang NA. Diba, nakita niyo man yung, diba, nagaligo man si Ma'am Professor, nagatiniilbet siya usahay, and then, diba?
Ay,
Yung mga-
yes po, sir. Na observe po rin namin, sir.
It's, dapat ilagay niyo na lang na meron kayong na-observe. Kahit na hindi kayo nakapasok sa inside sa kanilang house, makita man ninyo na ang ilang hygiene, di ba?
Yes po, sir.
Physical independence. 3. Complete competence. Okay, the head of the family works as a tricycle driver, head of the family. Physical independence. How about the idea that the mother does not cook?
Ano ba? Regarding sa iyahang sa luto-luto po, ma'am, kay completely depend lang po siya sa iyang husband, kuan po, ma'am, partner.
So,
Po, ay dili siya hindi siya completely dependent
why?
po, ma'am.
Why?
Pero kay ano po siya, ma'am, kanang gawas siya panagsalang po kayo, ma'am, kaya para mupalit og sudan if ever dili available si ma'am, si partner, si L po, I mean A po, ma'am.
So, ano siya ang rating niyo?
Moderate independence,
Oh,
competence.
sure?
Ayun.
Are you sure about
Kanang-
it?
Ang both sila ma'am kanang equal lang nga nagadepend po ma'am. So dili jud completely nagadepend ma'am. So kanang interdependence ng dalawa ma'am.